new town planner. This is your first meeting here? Welcome, welcome. We're excited to have you. Okay. So we will start with the continued application from April 16th, 2025. That is application number 250-75-RC-25 for a variance. The owner is Beauty Hill LLC. It's my understanding that there is a request that everybody should have in front of them to table this application until they can finish with their traffic analysis. So is there anything that you have to add? No? Okay. So it looks like, Jamie, just to be clear, that they're planning on renoticing the hearing and providing updated information?
That's the intent, yes.
Okay.
Communicate with Ernie, that was their best path forward. They wanted to go through the traffic study and get everything fresh and get everything.
Understood. So at this time, I would entertain a motion to grant the request to table that application.
I would like to put forth a motion that we table the request and move forward with no prejudice at a future date.
Any second?
I'll second. I'll second it.
All in favor, starting with a roll call vote?
Fairfield, aye. Graff, aye. Thibodeau, aye.
Samaco, aye.
Flanagan, aye.
So the motion passes. All right, so the motion passes and that request will be tabled. Okay.
You don't have to say it twice.
Sorry, Nico. All right, we'll start with new applications, starting with application 260-4-GR-25 for a variance, owners David and Mary Holton.
Here.
All right, please come up to the table. Okay. Okay.
I'm trying not to sing.
Perfect. So this is a request by the applicant for a variance from Article 4, Section 4.1.1, Table 2, to allow side setbacks of 3 feet where 30 feet is required to install a temporary carport located at 408 Mary Hill Road, map 260, lot 4, on a 1.92 acre lot in the general residential zoning district. Welcome.
Thank you.
So if you could just introduce yourself, please, and confirm who you are.
My name is David Holton. I live at 408 Mary Hill Road.
Okay, perfect. And would you like to make your presentation? Just let me look at my notes here. First day as chair.
It's okay.
Yes, so if you would like to make your presentation, including a reading of the 5 criteria, please.
I should have gone first. Give me a second, sorry.
No problem.
A lot of paperwork here.
Well, at least get it together. Motion on the last one, who made the motion? Just have to-
Made the motion, Paul.
Paul seconded.
Use mine because I can listen. I'm going
Great.
to start with page 3. Read through what you're requesting. Be ready to read through all these criteria.
Okay.
Somebody look at Tracy's. We might have an extra copy.
Go ahead.
Okay, sorry. Looking for a variance to for the installation of a carport to be installed on the driveway that on my property. I have a T-style back turnaround near my garage. I have a new vehicle, a ProMaster 3500, that's a lot taller than I've ever had before, and removing snow. That's the purpose of what I'm using this for, to kind of keep everything, you know, so I'm not on a ladder in the middle of winter trying to dig out the snow between the racks, being a plumber, just another headache I have to deal with. Kind of my wife's writing too. A temporary cart installation on the driveway turnaround close to the home entrance, requesting the 3 feet where 30 feet is required for A. So I just go down the list.
Yeah, if you see B and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, those are what we're really looking at. That's what we have to
Variance
consider.
will not be, yeah. The carport temporary does not impede any public passage and the area of the unit. It's just, again, it's part of a turnaround. It's just there in my driveway. I'm not adding anything to the property for this particular carport. Number 2, the carport does not violate the spirit of the ordinance in any way. Something in the street, oh, can't remember what it's writing. And the public safety from as the other, God, honey, why do you write so way? No decease of air or light exists into any of the boundary properties or butters. So it's not blocking anything. It's just a steel carport with a steel roof. Substantial, something would be power. There's no power to the, I'm sorry, guys, I can't quite read her writing. Is this
Substantial justice will be provided.
Yeah. Yes, it will be.
For the homeowner as to ease accessibility.
Weather and provide ease of clarity in vehicles, snow, ice. Yes, I'm not up there on the ladder. That's it. It's just basically just a carport. There's no doors on it. It's open.
You get to ad lib for section 4 because there's nothing there.
Oh, I know. What she didn't write it. So kind of parents will not result. Surrounding property. I don't think it's going to diminish. It's just a temporary thing. It's not anything that's going to stay. When I retire, it's gone.
Okay.
And or it's going to go to Pittsburgh, New Hampshire, where I have a camp. It's going to be used somewhere else. Again, it's just because I bought this new vehicle and the thing is so tall and it's just a pain in the middle of winter to be out there on a ladder trying to strike the snow off the top of it. But again, it's not a hideous thing. It's just a steel carport with a roof. It is tall because it's because my van's what 9 feet tall, so I had to go like 12 feet to get the racks under it. Okay, boundary lines are well established. We also had the property resurveyed as well. So again, the temporary carport ease of hardship due to the proximity to the house. Again, the house was positioned the way it was when we built originally. Should have been more to the right, but they kind of kept it more to the left. So it kind of gives us a little bit a tighter variance, obviously, to the left-hand side of the property. Impedes no one in any fashion. As far as I know, no, it shouldn't impede anything. Everybody can get to the power pole, anything that's all accessible. One is located to the entrance and removal of, you need to be clear of snow and ice from the vehicle again. So that's the use of this. Just again, just so I keep the snow on top of the vehicle. And to enhance the homes in the driveway side where the unit's located in the driveway entrance side of the house. So that's our impediment, is that left side.
Okay. Does the board have any questions? Yes, I see several, so I'll recognize the vice chair first.
I have a question, Mr. Horn. So this is just a carport, it's just a roof on 4 posts, okay?
Well, it's got like ribs. It's got like a framework. It's just not one of the green style. It's kind of sick down south. It's an aluminum style frame system with a roof on top.
So it's open all 4 sides?
Yes.
And how are you fastening this to the ground?
Spikes. So that the wind doesn't blow it over. You can drive some spikes in the bottom.
So code enforcement, question for you. He needs a building permit for that?
Does not need a building permit, but because it's a structure over 200 square feet, it needs to meet setbacks.
I didn't know that one.
That's why he's here.
Okay.
It's a 20 by 20 by 12 feet high. 14
The
feet
state
high.
has exempted out structures up to 400 square feet for building permits, which I think was a mistake, and they'll change back. But as it stands today, but it still needs to meet setbacks.
I always understood if it's, well, he's calling it temporary, and it is. I mean, the wind can take it away. It has no foundations, no footings.
There you go.
I need a new chair. I
Where you
think.
going?
I don't know what the hell just happened here.
Apologize, you're shrinking.
I just fell down.
I think I had that one during the last select board
Oh,
meeting.
did
I
you?
had to swap it out mid-meeting.
Can you still see me?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
It's stable.
That's my question. If it's temporary, if it has no foundation, no footings, Oh, thanks. I was getting used to it.
You prefer. Don't want you to be uncomfortable.
So he's gonna pay for permit?
I'm not in the person, I'm not in the position to make these decisions. It's the discretion of this.
Oh, wow, this is the other way. Okay, this is good. That's the only questions I had. You know, you said temporary twice, and then you said temporary till I move to Pittsburgh, then it's coming with me. But to me, it's, call it a structure if you want. I don't think it's a structure. I don't have any problem with this. If your butters don't, I don't.
Alternate Hardikoff?
Just a quick question. I saw in the photos that you had submitted with your file that you own your own tractor, which I assume you use for snow removal.
Yes.
Okay. Is there a reason you haven't considered putting this overport between the shed and the back of the existing garage?
Just an ease of getting back there with my vehicle, trying to get that. I can't, like springtime, I can't go out back on my property.
Oh, it'd be too
Oh
mushy.
my God,
Okay.
it's a mud hole.
Good.
I don't know where that water's coming from.
Makes
but
sense.
It's coming.
Okay.
It comes.
Are there any more questions from the board?
I have a quick question.
Yes.
Aren't you allowed temporary structures within the setback of a certain size? But this is too big, right?
Correct, 200 square feet is what the zoning
This
currently
is like
allows.
400.
Okay.
If there's no more questions from the board, then at this time I will open public comment. If you are online, please click to raise your hand and we can recognize you if you have any comments for or against this variance. Anybody in the meeting room? Seeing none, I will close public comment. And now, if there are any discussions or anything anybody on the board would like to raise prior to making a motion, do so now.
Madam Chair?
Yes.
If the board makes the decision that this doesn't need a variance, then just for your own knowledge, then going forward, I would make the decision as a zoning administrator that open-sided structures with metal roofs of similar size would not come to this board. But if you do determine that the variance is justified, then that would be how we would proceed with future cases as well. So I just want to make that clear that this board's decision would determine that future.
So is it the existence of a roof that causes you to?
It just says any structure over 200 square feet, similar to a shed, you know, storage type shed structures. So I look at chicken coops or anything of that nature, under 200 square feet, doesn't mean setbacks, but anything above. So, you know, that can be extrapolated to say that I now do not allow people to permanently set up their campers within setbacks if they're over 200 square feet as a structure on the property as a recreational use. I expect them to meet setbacks as well. If they're setting them up permanently, not parking them, of course, but if they're set up, you know, to use as a recreational use for the 180 days we allow, if they are bigger than 200 square feet, they're expecting to meet setbacks.
If they're there for more than 180 days.
No, if they're set up permanently. If they're not on wheels and just chalked up like you're ready to go camping next weekend, if you've got it
Set up
opened
with
up,
power
plugged
and all
in,
that,
sewer
yeah.
connected, you know, your screen porch tied to it and stuff, and it's a recreational use for 180 days a year, and it's over 200 square feet, it's expected to meet setbacks.
So they would have to come in front of this board
In theory, yep,
if their parents were staying in the yard in an RV.
correct.
So I'll make a motion that I don't think he needs a variance. Case number 26-4-GR-25 does not need a variance. This is it's a sheet of aluminum basically on 4 posts. If the neighbors were here and said, I don't want the looks of that thing, you know, then we have more discussion, but they're not. And I see you've got a tall truck, you've got a wet backyard. So I make a motion that he does not need a variance, and I'll top it off by saying he ought to get his feedback for applying for a variance.
I second that. Fairfield.
Can I ask a question? Can I just make a point on that before we take a vote on it, though? So, but you made the point of saying that you don't think he should need to have that because none of the neighbors came forward to complain about it. But if he doesn't go through this process, then the next time somebody has something like that and they're putting it up, the neighbor's not going to get a chance to complain about it. They have to just suck it up.
No, actually, no,
So-
the neighbors can write a complaint and submit it to code enforcement, and code enforcement will have to investigate it.
Madam Chair?
Yes.
I won't deliberate this case because I'm an alternate on it. Nothing that is done at ZBA sets precedents for future zoning. The only zoning that can be set is through the planning board, through the process brought to the residents of this town. So while I understand that you feel that it would be setting a precedence for you, that is not the purpose of the Zoning Board of Adjustments. We do not make zoning ordinances here, and we do not set precedent with a variance case. I would have to agree if I were deliberating with the statement that was just made by Ms. Flanagan.
My question is more whether this is a structure or not. I don't believe it's a structure. Like I just said, it's 4 posts and a piece of aluminum. It's not an RV. It's not a trailer. Okay, that's a structure. People living in it. This is not. So I made the motion. I got a second.
Okay, then I will call for a vote, starting with Mr. Fairfield.
Fairfield, aye. Kraft, no.
Thibodeau, aye.
Samaco, no.
Flanagan, no.
Okay, so the motion fails.
We need a new motion then.
Yes.
So Madam Chair, can I make another motion?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so ask a question to the,
Yes, we can have
Your mic went
additional,
off.
we can have additional
sorry.
discussion based on the failure of the motion.
so the motion failed because it wasn't a structure and we were making the motion that he should get his money back. That was
So-
part of his motion.
The motion was that there is no need for a variance because in the vice chair's opinion, it does not qualify as a structure, and that the funds should be returned.
I move in the case 260-4-GR-25-VAR that we accept the motion as the abutters have accepted this, as it's a wet yard, as it's clearly over 100 feet to the next door neighbor's house, and therefore justice will be served by accepting the variance.
Do I have a second?
I just want to clarify. So you're not following up on his motion. You're just saying we should
We should
grant him his
accept, we should
variance?
grant him this variance.
Yes, Flanagan second.
Okay, roll call vote, starting with Mr. Fairfield.
Fairfield, aye.
Kraft, aye.
Thibodeau, aye.
Samaco, aye.
Flanagan, aye.
Okay, the motion passes. The variance will be granted.
Great, thank you.
Okay, next up is case 126-50-GR/HCO dash, no, dash 25 for a variance owners Robert and Ann Kuzmich. Did I? And maybe borrow your papers since I'm negligent. And this, while you're getting situated, I'm just going to introduce that this is a request by the applicant for a variance from Article 4, Section 4.1.1, Table 2, to allow a right side setback of 9 feet, to add living space, and to allow a left side setback of 25 feet, where 30 feet is required for both, to expand a deck with a roof overhang. The lot is located at 2169 Franklin Pierce Highway, map 126, lot 50. It is a 0.79 acre lot in the general residential highway commercial overlay zoning district. So if I could get you to present your case and include in that the 5 criteria from your application.
Okay, so I'm Ann, this is my husband Bob. We've owned the property since 1988. And we've basically used it as a summer place. We're across the street from the lake. Anyway, that being said, we're now here permanently, and we're planning at some point to retire here. So we are looking to add on to our living space, our kitchen and our family room by using, okay, do you want me to read this or give you my general overview?
You can give us a general overview, and then I would like to hear
Sure.
section
Sure.
B 1 through 5.
So we have a 10 by 22 deck on the road side of the house, the front of the house. What we would like to do is enclose that, just a 1-story enclosure to extend our kitchen and living room space. And then on the side of the house, that where you would come up the driveway, we currently have a 10 by 10 deck. And what we would like to do is extend that going more towards the road a little bit to 10 by 20, and cover it so that we can have outdoor sitting space. And that's what we're looking to do.
Okay, and if we could have your 5 criteria upon which a variance can be granted.
Okay. Removal of the existing deck to construct a new living space within the existing footprint. Oh, is that what I'm supposed to read?
It's B 1 through 5, just below there.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. So the new living space is within the existing footprint of the deck. And the new porch is an addition to the existing deck. So 2 is, in this case, the square footage is not being changed. That's for the front. For the side, the additional square footage will replace the outdoor living space, being eliminated by adding the indoor living space. These minor changes will enhance the site. 3, substantial justice will be done by allowing the property owner, us, to construct additional indoor living space and replace the outdoor living space. 4, granting the variance the surrounding properties will benefit by an enhanced appearance and increased property value. Let's see. You want 5A, the literal enforcement?
Yes.
The existing lot is grandfathered and is a non-conforming lot. The proposed layout's similar to the existing layout with minimal changes. So we're taking a deck and just enclosing it. We're not adding a deck in the front, just on the side. The lot has been made non-conforming by the zoning ordinance. This is how we bought it. It is what it is. This is a residential use on a residential lot with as much distance to the side setback as practical.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Thank you. Does the board have any questions?
Looking at the drawing, I'm sorry, did I cut you off? Oh, is it only like assuming I'm looking at it correctly, the space, is it only one level that you're finishing?
One level that we're finishing, yes.
Is it, when I'm looking at the pictures, is it the side with the garage door underneath it?
Yes, it
Yes.
is.
Okay, so that space is still just going, so you will not be finishing like the space next to the garage door, anything there as well?
So what we'll pour a poured foundation to.
Three-sided foundation to
Yeah.
match the existing foundation. The garage door will be moved out to the new foundation. And the 1 story will be above that.
Okay.
Mr. Graff, did you have a question?
Yeah, I thought when in the introduction you mentioned a 9-foot setback reduction. I don't see it. Am I missing it? I see the
The 9 foot is on the right-hand side. It's,
where the addition is going to be, the 1-story addition.
yes, right next to where it says generator.
Okay.
Okay, so the distance between the wooden deck currently and the property line is 9 feet.
Right, but it's still where the footprint of the original deck was.
Exactly.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Any additional questions from the board?
I have a quick question.
Sure.
Is there a reason you're not going up back where the 2?
Because that's where the bedrooms are. We'd have to take our whole entire kitchen.
Right.
Yeah, so there's kitchen and living room, and then there's the bathroom, and then there's stairs to go downstairs, and then the bedrooms are in the back.
Did they build back there and be?
I was trying to bring up the map. They've tried multiple attempts at different configurations. Obviously, the water is the feature, which makes the most sense. But if you, no, the 30-foot setback line is about 5 feet in on the rear.
So they'd still need it.
Yeah, they
Right.
need a complete, yeah.
Okay, yes.
So I take it that this is the photo of the.
That's the front of the house, yes.
you're coming out to pull the garage door flush with the new construction.
Yes.
Any additional questions from the board? Okay, seeing none, at this time I will open public comment for anybody wishing to speak for or against this variance request. If you're online, please click to raise your hand and we can recognize you. Seeing nobody online and nobody in the room, I will close public comment.
Madam Chair, to be clear,
Yes.
on the side of the house too, I asked them to request that variance as well. That's part of it, but just because they want to close in that deck. That deck is within inches. And when they add the roof overhang, that overhang will extend into the setback. So I recommended they ask for that relief as well. So I just want to be clear that this is the side porch that's getting a roof.
Yes.
And the overhang will now be encroaching, so as well as the front piece that we've discussed.
Okay. Does anybody, at this time, if anybody would like to follow up with discussions, otherwise I would entertain a motion on this case. Here's my-
Then I will make a motion to approve the variance for case number 126-50-GR/HCO-25-VAR. I think the reason for going ahead and granting it is that they are, it's not contrary to the public interest because it's already using existing structures to, so they're staying within their existing footprint. It's consistent with the ordinance because the point is they want to move here and they want to live here and retire here and they need more indoor living space to be ordered to do that. So substantial justice will be done by allowing them to do that and still enjoy the outdoor space and the views of the lake. It certainly will be no diminution to the surrounding properties. In fact, it'll increase those values. And enforcing it is that it was a non-conforming lot, so it makes sense for us to allow this with very small changes and allow them to live the way they want to live.
Do I have a second?
Graff, second.
Okay, roll call vote, starting with Mr. Fairfield.
Fairfield, aye.
Graff, aye.
Thibodeau, aye.
Samaco, aye.
Flanagan, aye.
Okay, so that motion will pass and the
Thank
variance
you.
has been approved.
Ooh, Jamie, right?
Finally.
Okay.
Anyone wants to contribute to
Okay, let's.
Thank you.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Have a nice night. All right, let's move on to item 5 on our agenda, which is a review and approval of the minutes. Does anybody have any feedback on the minutes? Because I do.
I do, if I can find where I put them.
While you're looking, I'm going to raise something that I would like to address. On page 4, I note in the draft, starting with line 146, there is commentary that was included for a voice that came across online that was never recognized by the chairperson. So it's my opinion that the final draft of the minutes, while it can acknowledge that there was speaking extemporaneously that was not acknowledged or part of the official discussion, that the actual text should not be included. But I'm open to anybody else who may have opinions on that, or,
I agree with you.
okay. So one other thing is on page 5, line 176. My name is misspelled. Happens a lot. I am not Alexander, but I do get called that often. So those are my changes. Does anybody else have any changes or any further discussion on the issue related to the unrecognized commentary?
No, I agree with you on that. What I thought was on 217 says that you swore Tracy Hardikoff in as a
Oh.
regular seated member, and isn't she being
She is
sworn
an
in as an alternate?
That is correct. Okay, so I have the removal of the commentary from lines 146 to 153, and I can give you this afterwards. Correction of my name on 176 and correcting that Tracy Hardikoff was signed in or was sworn in as an alternate member on line 217. If there's no additional changes, I would accept a motion to approve the minutes as amended.
I just had
Oh, yeah.
a question. I feel like you made this motion and Tracy did not make that motion. But I don't know why I feel that way, except I feel like I just can visualize it in my brain.
I think
But
a meeting before that I did, but I do believe that Tracy made that motion to continue.
it's fine. I just couldn't. It's one of those
I do
little
think-
things in my brain.
The meeting before that, it was the other way around.
Okay.
Okay, so unless anybody else has any additional comments, I move that we approve the minutes as amended.
I'll second it.
Okay, roll call vote, starting with Mr. Fairfield.
Fairfield abstained.
Ref, aye.
Aye, Thibodeau, aye.
Smock, aye.
Flanagan, aye.
Okay, moving on to other business, I just wanted to take a moment to welcome Ernie Kreveling. Am I saying your last name right?
You are.
Okay.
I'm
As
sorry,
our-
say your last name again? Crevlin, thank you.
As our new town planner, we look forward to working with you. Anybody have any questions? No? Okay.
No, I'm just going to make a comment. I kind of said it off the cuff earlier, but I like that we're getting these memos that come with the case, kind of giving just factual information from the town. I feel like sometimes we haven't necessarily known that, and it definitely helps get a feeling for it, and so we can make a better educated decision. So it's new that we're getting that, and I really appreciate it.
I agree.
like the size of the maps.
Yeah.
Do the town planner or code enforcement have anything they want to raise with the board under other business? Any board members? Okay.
What's your preferred nickname?
Alex.
Alex?
Yeah.
All right. I never,
I agree.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
I was, okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, roll call vote.
Ref, aye.
Thibodeau, aye.
Smock, aye.
Flanagan, aye.
Okay, we are adjourning at 7:33.